Hey guys, sorry for that delay. I'm not used to using my computer as opposed to my phone to film videos. So I wanted to do this Julie P. Yogi, by the way. I wanted to do a top sales tips for you because I keep seeing a lot of people comment that they set up a store and they're not selling anything. Now what do they do? So this is some tips. I've noticed people saying things like that their items are used or worn, and I think that you should not say that it's used because unless you had checked the new with tags, people are going to assume that it's used. So, also, like, I have items that I've either bought or someone has given me, and like they still had the little, like, like the plastic stem or whatever from the sales tag, but the tag was ripped off. So, in my mind, that's new with tags. But some people feel a little like, like I don't know what the price was. So what I would put is in the description, B, I knew I was going to mess this up. What did oh, BNWOT, which is brand new without tags. So that way they know, like, maybe you just ripped the tags off and then, didn't actually use it. So that's a great way to describe something that you know is new, but not actually brand new with tags. But also, instead of saying used or worn, say distressed or well loved. Those are some little, just a better way to. When you hear the word used, don't you go, "Ooh, used"? Also, another tip that I just thought of randomly, hadn't written down, but if it's a more current item that you're selling, go to the brand website and search. Sometimes, you have to like dig. Like if you say, and sometimes you have to say pink and gray 3/4 sleeve, and you have to like search for all these things, and you might not be able to find it. But if you can find a model where I'm modeling it, and I'm going to tell you right now, anytime anyone has ever asked me to model things, they don't buy it. So I kind of feel like there's people out there with weird fetishes that just want to see you try things on, and I get that sometimes you just want to see how something fits before you buy it. But I just say, sorry, it's not in my size. I'm not gonna model it. I do have a mannequin if I had to actually model it. I just think the mannequin is a little worn down and I don't like to use it very often. Um, and so instead of saying something is dirty or, you know, um, if it has like pilling or something, which I will say pilling as shown, but another way that you could phrase that is signs of wear as shown, and then like like you can literally point to the hole or whatever it is so people see, oh, okay, that's what she meant. And then also using really good describing words. I know it's not rocket science, but I see a lot of people just blue shirt, red shirt. It's like, tell me a little bit more about it. Like, research the styles of, like, it's a peplum skirt, it's a cold shoulder shirt. Like, look at what other people are selling and research what style of shirt it is. Because if you don't know what it is, it's going to be harder to sell it. If, like, for example, I know I like a certain style. If I can't tell in the picture, like if the people just haven't displayed it correctly, I can't tell if it has a drawstring or, whatever it is, I'm going to be less likely to buy it. But if it's listed peplum and I can tell it's peplum and I like peplum, then I'm going to buy a peplum, blouse or skirt or whatever. So just making sure that you have it listed correctly of what the item is and describe it like it's adorable, it's a very flattering neckline, just coming up with words. And it's funny because, like, after a while you kind of run out of like describing words, and you can keep reusing the same words, but it's just a great way to sell the item to someone that might be curious and they might like it. Another little, EUC means excellent use condition, and GUC means great use condition. I use those on every item. People want to know. They want to know if it's worn, if it's faded, if it's really well loved or whatever. You gotta be honest with that and tell if there's flaws and point them out. If you have jewelry or a purse or something that is considered a statement piece, instead of saying costume jewelry or like gaudy, or of course hopefully you wouldn't describe something as gaudy, but use the word statement piece, because statement, people go, oh, I want to make a statement. They kind of, it makes them realize you'll stand out if you buy this item. Research trending styles and colors. So every season, especially if you go to the mall, you'll see that there's a set few colors that are the trending colors for the season. So you can say that when you list the item. Hot, like mustard was really in last season. I'm pretty sure it's still in this season, but or this fall. It's always a good fall color. But you can put something like trendy fall color, mustard or gold or whatever. Um, and when you're posting your items, add the measurements. This is something that I am learning the hard way, and it's really frustrating when people ask for the measurements on something and then I have to go find it and dig it out. And like right now, I'm starting to seal all of my items in plastic bags. I got that idea from Jenna at the Empty Hanger. And then if I haven't listed the measurements, I don't have to open the bag to do that. So sometimes, like if an item is less than $5, I say I'm sorry, I don't do it on items less than $5, and I know that's kind of shitty, but it's just not worth my time. If I'm only going to make $1 on it, I'm not going to go through all the work of measuring it. So to save yourself that heartache, when you first post an item, you want to measure from the shoulder to the wrist or wherever the sleeve or hem ends. You want to measure the length of the item and armpit to armpit. So people just list it pit to pit. There's probably a few others that you can do, but those are the basics. That's what I always get people asking me for. And then on pants, you do the inseam, the length, and the waist. And that's what's done me well for whenever people ask for measurements for my items. Those are usually the top, 6 things that they ask for. Also, making sure that you have a good background. Like, okay, it's kind of funny, but I was on online dating for a really long time before my husband and I started dating, and I did not meet him online. But you know how, like, if you saw someone's profile and, like, dude is, like, in front of an ugly floral shower curtain and you're going, does he still live at home with his parents? Or, like, they take a picture and you can see all the dirty laundry on the floor behind them or the dirty mirror. Or it just makes you judge them right away because you're like, oh, they can't keep their bathroom clean, or like it kind of just sets a precedence for what kind of person they might be. So with that being said, if you're going to take pictures of your items, make sure that you don't have crap in the background. Like even to me, it looks bad when people have like dirt underneath their fingernails and they're pointing to something in the picture. Like try to make sure you have manicured hands before you're making videos about it and or about your stuff. And then let's see what else. Make sure you have good lighting so that the items, I always do it, I open the blinds and then I have another a little like desk lamp pointing at the item so it's very well lit so there's no question about the color of the item. And you can always say so and so, like number 4 picture is most true to color, so that way people realize, oh, okay, this is what because like a purple or a green sometimes don't show up as purple or a green. I have a forest green shirt right now that it literally looks black or gray, and I have both lights on it, so I don't know, I'm still not the expert at photographing those dark colors. But also another just a little tip is be willing to make deals. I had a pair of shoes that I just sold yesterday, and I posted that they were in my Goodwill haul video. They were a pair of Keen Dahlia plaid adorable Mary Janes. I knew that they retailed for around $100, I want to say, brand new. And so I had been trying to sell them. I started out, I think, like $75. And of course, I kept lowering it and lowering it. And I kept having this lady that would offer me like 22 and 25. But when I had them really high. And I would just counter and go a little bit lower, but not that low. And then I had someone offer me, when I think I have them listed at 25 or 28, and she offered me 23. And I'm like, you know what? I could have sold them to that one lady who really wanted them months ago for $23. So even though that's not a lot of money, I paid less than, I don't even know how much, because when I went to the garage sale, I had a whole bag, armload full of stuff for $15. So I probably paid less than $1 for them. So I should have just taken the money then. So just all that to say, just be open and honest with yourself and knowing that, like you can hold on to an item for, like I said, 4 months, or you can sell it in the first couple weeks if you actually, are open to making a deal and making money. So you just have to be open and honest with people. And um, there are some items that like I know how much I pay for them, like if they're personal items, and I'm just not willing to go any lower. But I mean, you can offer $4.99 shipping. There's other ways that you can make money without actually um, going too low. So I hope these tips helped. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions on future videos, I'd love to hear it. Please like my videos, share, comment. I have a Facebook group called Poshmark Privy, Privvy. If you want to join, I post the videos in there. And if you have questions, people can post questions in there. Happy